He's got to get his hat.
I gotta put my thinking cap on. Where?
It's the last video of the year.
L-I-B.
So if you're new around here, at the end of each quarter, we go through all of the meals that we've had that quarter and we rank them to our FAV favorites.
FAV.
Top 5 favorites.
I love you.
Okay, if you're still with us, because we're complete morons, let me give you a little picture of what's going on in our house right now. It's the 21st.
And all through the house, there's a sickness a-brewing. And it might be dun dun dun.
Yeah. So we've just canceled Christmas, basically, with our entire family.
Canceled Christmas.
It's canceled.
We are shut in with the Lord.
We are. I did a lot of grocery shopping for a lot of food, so we're just going to eat a lot of food by ourselves.
That's right.
We can handle that. But we're going to push through and record this before we get too sick. One of us is really sick already, and that one of us is not one of us.
You, right? Oh, you mean cold?
Cold.
You're pretty sick too.
I have a fever, and my throat hurts. So, and he's feeling a little.
I'm feeling a little wonky.
Yeah, a little off. So, let's get through this before it goes downhill real quick. Right. Wait, is there something?
Is there something?
Shut up. I can't think right now. I have a fever. I'm blaming it on the fever.
Gotta make a little sound when you do that. All right.
Okay. Wait. No, stop. We got to discuss. He hasn't even seen this yet.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what was going on.
Hold on.
I'm waiting.
He's just over here staring at this. We are going to go through the top 5 meals that we've had this last quarter of the year. And then we're going to go through and tell y'all the best 4 dishes we had all year long. Y'all ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. So number 5.
Coming in at number 5. Rice and beans with kielbasa.
Totally forgot to hit record. I've got 1 sweet onion that I'm about to dice. The recipe doesn't call for it, but we're gonna add in some bell pepper. We're gonna saute that with it too. So I'm just gonna use my dicer to do both of them. That's done. That was quick and painless. Let's move on. Okay, this was the hardest part of it all, was just chopping all of this up. I got smarter, work smarter, not harder, and sliced it long ways in half first. So we're about to move over to the stovetop. Okay, I've got my large skillet. It is heating to medium high. I just put in about a tablespoon, maybe a little more than a tablespoon, of unsalted butter. I'm gonna also add in a tablespoon of olive oil, and I'm gonna let all of this heat up, melt. Be right back. Okay, we have got our butter melted and everything is hot and ready to go. So let's add in our onion and our bell pepper. We're just gonna saute this for a few minutes, soften it up. Now that these are starting to soften, let's go ahead and add in our kielbasa, or our smoked sausage is what I'm using, the beef sausage. So now we'll let this hang out for another couple of minutes before we add in some garlic. Let's add in our garlic. These are nice and softened. It's starting to brown some of the sausage, so that's good. You can add in as much or as little garlic as you'd like. I'm gonna add in probably about a tablespoon or so. And let's just stir that around until it becomes fragrant. Okay, these are ready for our next step. So let's add in 1 cup of white rice. I'm using basmati rice. You can just use regular. We're gonna pour in 2 cups of chicken broth. And then I'm also gonna add in this can of pinto beans. I rinsed it a little bit, but honestly, this is the good kind, seasoned with pork. I don't mind what it's like packaged in. So let's add in our beans. I drained them and rinsed them just a tad. Okay, we're gonna add in some fresh thyme because I have it on hand. Then we're gonna add some dried Italian herb seasoning. We're gonna be careful so that the lid does not come off because we all know that can happen, and it has happened. Now the recipe says just a very small amount of these seasonings, but always, always, always check out the comments section. And I read where several people said they upped the seasonings just to give it a little more flavor. So that's why I'm going a little heavy with my seasonings. If you would like, you can add in crushed red pepper. We like a little bit of spice, so I'm gonna add some in, not a lot, but just enough to make us notice that there's a little something, something. We can also throw in some salt and pepper. We don't need a lot of salt because my chicken broth was not low sodium, but I am gonna throw in a good bit of pepper because we love pepper. Okay, it's starting to do its thing. This smells so good, y'all. Oh my. Okay, it has come up to a boil. And then what we're gonna do is put a lid on it and we're gonna reduce the heat to medium-low and let this simmer for a good 20 minutes. We just want our rice to cook. All right, Clemson Tigers, what do you think?
This looks really good.
It does look
That's
really good.
what I think. I think it looks fantastic. It's got my favorite beans in it, and I love kielbasa. It's very like comfort food.
Okay.
You know?
But hearty.
Hearty.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like really hearty. I'll get a little bit of the spice now and there.
Okay, good.
You just can't go wrong with kielbasa.
No.
I mean, the flavor just gets into everything.
Well,
and flavors all of the ingredients. And you got the bean flavor, you know, the pinto bean flavor with the kielbasa. All of it's in that rice. And that rice just soaks up all of that flavor and everything in there.
Well, I have another question.
What?
Can you taste any of the, like, Italian seasonings?
Yep, a little bit of the seasonings are coming through.
Okay.
You know, it's not like overwhelmingly powerful with the seasonings.
This is absolutely delicious. You need to try this. So simple. Ingredients you probably already have in your pantry and in your fridge. And you could change this up. You could add whatever veggies you wanted. There's so many things you could do with this. So I love this. Definitely recommend. So it's a go-backer.
It's a go-backer.
Okay, wait. Number 4, I probably would have ranked higher. I know it was more of my favorite than it was everybody else's, so that's why it's at number 4. I probably would have put it at number 1 for the year. I'm just saying, but here you go.
Creamy chicken wild rice soup.
So good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I found one of those rice in there.
You did.
I did.
It's because, let me tell you, in his taste test, he found one little piece of rice. It's because the rice sunk down to the bottom of the pot.
There was more rice in there.
There was. But when I was dishing it out, I didn't go all the way to the bottom of the pot, so I didn't get much rice in his particular bowl.
I just got a smidgen.
This recipe calls for 2 chicken breasts, but I had these 4 chicken thighs in my freezer, so I thawed them out and we are just going to trim them up a bit, get some of this excess fat off of there, but feel free to use chicken breasts for sure. Okay, the recipe called for 2 carrots, but look at this. This is enough for two. It's rather large. So we're going with 1. And then I need to chop up these 2 stalks of celery, and then I need to also dice this onion. This onion does not need to be diced, it just says chopped. So I'm doing it in larger pieces. All of that is done. We're gonna grab a tablespoon of this butter and head over to our stove. I've got this large soup pot or Dutch oven heating to about medium high. I'm going to let that melt. So the recipe calls for 2 chicken breasts. I feel like this might be a little more chicken than what we needed it for. So I'm going to hold one of these off and I'm gonna throw it in the air fryer a little bit later and just have it for a salad tomorrow. She says, I want it, but I think the 3 will equal about 2 chicken breasts. So that's what we're gonna do. So the spinach is optional in this recipe, but we are going to use this, I'm gonna say this wrong, I know. It's tatsoi. We've got green and red tatsoi here. So I'm just going to, in true Mandy fashion, cut off the stems because ain't nobody got time for that. That has melted, but I don't feel like that's enough on the bottom there for all of that. So I'm just gonna add just a little bit of olive oil in there too. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. Let's toss all of our onion, celery, and carrots in, and we're just gonna let this saute and kind of soften for about 7 minutes. Okay, this has been cooking over about medium heat. We're gonna add in about a clove of minced garlic, and I grabbed a few sprigs of thyme from my garden, and I'm just gonna throw that in at this point too. We're just gonna let this cook for another 30 seconds. If you have dried thyme, then use about a teaspoon of that. Okay, for this recipe, we need 6 cups of chicken broth. So I've got 2 cups here, and then this whole carton. We need to add in 1 bay leaf, a little bit of salt and pepper, not a whole lot of salt because that is not low sodium chicken broth that I used. So I'm just gonna add just a little bit of salt, but I am gonna load up the pepper a good bit. I'm gonna go ahead and turn up the temperature too. So I'm gonna turn this to medium high because we're gonna be bringing all of this up to a boil. At this point, you're gonna add in your chicken. So I'm gonna add in 3 chicken thighs. I'm gonna save that other thigh like I mentioned. And then you need about 2/3 a cup of wild rice. This is a wild rice blend that I have. And honestly, it looks kind of like birdseed, not gonna lie. But I know it's wild rice. So let's add that in too, and let's bring this up to a boil. I got sidetracked and this thing is definitely boiling. So I've turned it down to low, and we are going to let this just simmer and cook for about 45 minutes. You want that wild rice to cook all the way through, and then of course we want the chicken to cook all the way through as well. The recipe doesn't say whether you should cover it or not, but I'm assuming that you do, because when I cook rice, that's what I do. So I'm going to put the lid on it, and we're gonna let this cook for about 45 minutes. We'll check it around 40 and just see. I just took the lid off. It's been 40 minutes. I have turned it back up to about medium-high because we are gonna need this to come up to a boil. But right now we're going to remove our chicken and we're gonna shred it. So I found the bay leaf. I'm gonna take that out, and let's add our chicken back in. That looks wonderful. We're gonna add some creaminess to the soup with some heavy cream. We need about a cup. And we're also gonna make a roux here in just a second to help thicken this up. That's why we do need to bring it back to a boil. So I'm just gonna stir this, and it's still heating up. It's getting close to coming up to a boil. This looks so good. Let's make our little roux. It's a little bit different. Well, you know what? I say it's different. We're not making a slurry. That's what I'm thinking of, but we're making a roux. So I have 3 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna melt this really quickly. Okay, so I've got our melted butter here. We're gonna add in 3 tablespoons of flour and just whisk that around. And then we're gonna pour it into the soup. And it's starting to bubble over here, so it will help thicken the soup pretty quickly. And then we're gonna let this simmer for just a couple of minutes, do its thing. And at the very end, we're gonna throw in our spinach-like ingredient. Well, that thickened really quickly. It's not super thick, but it just thickened it just enough. I'm gonna continue to let it simmer for another minute or two. I've got some really delicious crescents in here, or croissants, I guess. And dinner is almost ready. Okay, I think that's the perfect consistency. So I'm gonna turn this down to about low, and we're gonna add in our green. Definitely could have added more if I wanted to, but the recipe did just call for like a big handful, basically. Hot, 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 hot. Gosh.
Croissant as big as a football.
Look, don't hate.
I ain't hating it. It looks
but
great.
You don't have to get 2, you can just eat 1.
That's right.
Yeah.
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 All right, let's get into this soup now. Look at that
telling
creamy soup.
I know.
Now, you're talking about smelling good. It's got that trinity of
It does.
the ingredients there with the celery and the, I guess, onions.
And
You got onions in there?
carrots. Yep.
Mmm. Oh, man. Yes. A proper chicken stew. Wow.
Is it good?
Yes.
I'm so happy.
Man, that is good.
I am so happy.
It's not too spinach-y.
It's a term. Look it up.
It is. It's really good.
What do you think about the wild rice in there?
Do what?
Oh, our garden just went off. That's why it just
wild
got
rice.
dark.
Where's the wild rice at?
It's in there.
Is it?
Yeah, it's just not a whole lot.
Oh, I see one now.
I see one.
I mean, I can't really tell.
I see one.
I saw one.
This may be one of my favorite soups I've ever made.
Yeah, it's up there.
Coming in at number 3, pintos in crockpot.
I was writing fast. You can say in the crock pot.
Okay. Look, I'm just following directions, folks. When a woman, namely your wife, hands you a list, says read this,
You read it word for
you
word.
beat it. Word for word. You beat it. Read it. You beat it. You read it.
We are
Okay.
delirious.
Yeah.
Okay, pintos
Obviously
in the crock
something
pot.
wrong with this.
Okay, pintos in the crock pot.
Yeah.
Okay, to get started, I'm just going to dice this yellow onion. And this is a jalapeno from our garden that's been frozen. At this point, it does say to seed your jalapeno, but I think I'm gonna leave our seeds in. The red ones are usually hotter Maybe I should take the seeds out of one side. That's what I'll do. I'll leave half the seeds in because I don't want it to be too hot, obviously. But we do like a little bit of spice. Steven likes a lot of spice. I like a little bit of spice. So I'm just going to dice this as well. All right, let's go over to the stovetop. I've got this kind of small to medium skillet heated to about medium, a little over medium. I'm gonna add just a little bit of olive oil to it, and we're gonna throw our onions and our jalapeno in here to saute. This should take probably 5 minutes or so. And while this is starting to saute, I'll come over here and check on it periodically, but I'm gonna start rinsing my pinto beans. I've got 3 cups of pinto beans here. I'm just going through it right now just to look for any rocks. Since this is a no soaking recipe, we're gonna be adding a lot of liquid to our crock pot with these, and these are gonna cook on high all day so that they will be nice and soft for us come dinner time. So these have softened up quite nicely. It is time to add in some, not olive oil, I'm grabbing olive oil, some minced garlic. That's what we need. I think the recipe says 3 cloves. I'm probably going with more than that because we love garlic. So let's saute this for another minute. If you're wondering, I'm guessing if you're in a hurry, you could just throw these in the crock pot without doing this. But sauteed, they have a little bit different flavor profile. But if you just wanted to throw them in and cook them all day in there, I think that would be fine too. Okay, everything is going into the crock pot. We've got our 3 cups of, I almost said green beans, pinto beans that have been rinsed. Okay, let's put our onion mixture in there. Now we need a teaspoon each of salt and pepper. I'm actually gonna go a little less than a teaspoon on that salt just because I just realized I don't have low sodium chicken broth. So yeah, I don't wanna overload the salt there. And then we also need a teaspoon or so of cumin. All right, now we need to add our chicken broth. I've got 2 cartons. You need 64 ounces. Because again, these are dry, so they're gonna soak up a lot of the broth. A lot of that liquid will be gone. This is going on high all day for about 8 to 9 hours. I'm gonna make some cornbread to go with this tonight. It's gonna be awesome.
So we doctored this up a little bit. We got just a little bit of raw onion there on top and some chow chow.
Chow chow. Cole is so happy.
Oh man, yeah. That is traditional pinto beans right there.
So good, but without the ham hock, can you believe it?
I mean, there's a lot of flavor in here. I don't know what you put in here, but it is delicious.
I'm so glad. I'm gonna be real honest, y'all. I snuck a bite earlier just to make sure. I was wanting to make sure that the beans were completely cooked, and of course they are. So I already know that they are delicious.
Wow. Really good flavor in this, in the bean soup part that's in there. I used to love mixing crumble a little bit of cornbread in the soup part.
Yeah, well there you go.
Oh man.
All right, y'all. So that is a Southern comfort food. Oh. We gotta get 2 thumbs up over there. That's a Southern comfort food in the crock pot. It's a winner.
And the runner-up, coming in at number 2, Pollo Loco. Crazy chicken.
Crazy chicken. Okay, so I pat my chicken dry. This is about 1 pound to 1.5 pounds of chicken breast. I cut it up into bite-sized pieces. You want to kind of pat it dry. And then we're only going to use about a teaspoon of this seasoning. It says to kind of rub it in really well. I don't know. We'll just kind of, we're just going to go with it, y'all. We only need about a teaspoon. I'm going to do about half a teaspoon on this side. I'm just going to go with it. And then just so that we can kind of coat both sides. Let me wash my hands. Now let's coat the other side with the other half a teaspoon. Very easy. Let's move over to our stovetop. Okay, so I've got a large pot here heating to about medium high. I have a couple of teaspoons of olive oil in there, letting that heat up. If you don't have a large pot like this, as long as you use a large skillet with deep sides, and as long as it has a lid, you're good to go. I'm gonna take our chicken and add it here. Oh yeah, we got a little sizzle going on. I will kind of pat it all out into one layer here in just a second. Okay, we've got it in one layer. We're gonna let it cook on this side for about 3 minutes, and then I will turn them over. All right, let's turn these over as best as we can. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Whoop. I mean, that's pretty good. Just call me Chef Steven. I think he would be impressed. Okay, this is almost done. I wanted to show you what we're gonna do next. We're gonna be adding in this entire package. This is a 10-ounce package of the, I guess this is Vigo, saffron yellow rice. So we're gonna add that whole thing in. We're also, it calls for a tomato bouillon cube. I have the powder. So 1 tablespoon of powder is equal to 1 cube. I believe these are done. I mean, honestly, they're gonna finish cooking with everything else because all of this is going into one pot. So I think we're good. So let's move on. This was rice, not cheese. Rice, not cheese. Ma'am. Lou. Okay, let's add in this entire package of rice. Then you want your bouillon, 1 tablespoon. Oh, you know what? That was only half a tablespoon measure. I didn't realize that. Let me do another one of those. I didn't think that looked like a tablespoon when I was putting it in there. Okay. And then lastly, we're gonna add in 2.5 cups of water. Now we just need to stir this around. It says to bring it to a boil, so I will give it just a couple of minutes and it should start bubbling for us. This is a very, very simple dinner. I'm hoping that it's tasty. Lou, what's your dill pickle? I don't have anything for you right now. Give me a minute, okay? Okay, it's been a couple of minutes. We are up to a boil, so I'm going to reduce our heat to probably about medium low, and we'll give it one more good stir, and we're gonna pop the lid on this, and we're gonna cook it for at least 20 minutes. It has been 20 minutes. Let's take a look at this and see how our rice is doing. It could take a little bit longer, but we're gonna check on it. I think our rice is done, which means it's time for queso. Oh my gosh, it smells.
I gotta get a whiff.
Come over here and get a whiff of that before we add my queso to it.
Oh my goodness.
So it says we need 3 ounces of queso cheese. You don't want to get the shelf stable kind. You want to get the kind that's in the refrigerator. This is a 16-ounce thing. So I'm going to kind of spoon out what I think is the amount. I mean, you just go with whatever your little heart desires. You know what I'm saying? We're also going to be adding in a little bit of milk, just a couple of tablespoons, I guess, just to help with creaminess. Cole is freaking out that I'm about to add some milk.
Don't put the milk in.
Cole, it's just like a couple tablespoons. It's not that big a deal. 1, 2. Now we're just gonna stir all of this together and let that cheese melt all the way through. That milk just adds a little bit of creaminess, bud.
We'll see about that.
We'll see about your face. Okay, I made Steven wait because I was gonna take a picture, and this guy could not wait. And what are you saying?
It's amazing.
He said there's more in there, right? Okay, you ready?
Let's check it out.
Let's check it out.
Wow. That's really good.
I mean, it barely has any ingredients in it, so it's crazy to me that y'all are so crazy over it.
Definitely a...
Okay,
Yeah,
2 thumbs.
We got a 2 thumb upper.
Well, we brought some Cholula in here too if you wanted to add it to it.
We don't need none.
Oh, it don't need nothing.
You don't need to doctor this none.
Okay, I love your English, it's great. I cannot believe how much flavor there is to this with so little ingredients. Is there any left for us?
Oh yeah, there's some more.
Okay.
You better hurry up though.
You better hurry up. That second bowl, gone. Y'all gotta make it. Just hit pause. Go add all these ingredients to your grocery list and thank me later.
Coming in at number 1 was the 1-pot macaroni cheeseburger soup. Yes, definitely number 1. It took over the original
Cheeseburger soup.
cheeseburger. It took the place.
Yeah.
It's the undisputed champion
Undisputed,
of all.
what is it?
The undefeated champion of cheeseburger soup is the 1-pot macaroni cheeseburger soup.
Let's get started by preheating this to about, I say preheating like it's an oven. Heating this to about medium high. Okay, so our pot is hot. We have a hot pot. And I put in a pound of ground beef, that's lean ground beef. We're gonna add in about a teaspoon of dried oregano. And then it also calls for a teaspoon of dried thyme, but I just grabbed some thyme off of my garden and I'm gonna throw in fresh thyme. And I've got about a tablespoon of fresh. Start chopping it up. While that is browning, I'm going to chop up my other ingredients. Now it does call for carrots. I used up all of my carrots. I thought I had more and I don't. So feel free to use about a cup of sliced carrots. I'm going to slice up this celery. You know what, that's probably enough. I'm gonna save the rest of that because we need about a cup And that's really close to being a cup. However, I know we don't have the carrots, but I'm gonna go with that amount of celery. I don't want it too overpowering. I also need to dice this half of an onion. You could do a whole onion. I'm just using what's left in my fridge of this one because I don't want it to go to waste. We do need to shred a block of cheese, an 8-ounce block. I have about half here. This is sharp cheddar cheese, and that's what it calls for. I'm gonna be out after this half, so I'm gonna use the rest of it as Colby Jack. It's just, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what? I thought this was Colby Jack. It's just Colby. I don't think I've ever gotten just Colby. I always get Colby Jack. Interesting. I looked at it, I was like, where's the white? Because, you know, that's the Monterey Jack part, is the white part. Okay, well, we're just going with Colby. I don't know how it's gonna turn out, but we're going with it. Cheese monster. There, she's chowing down, don't worry. All right, let's go back over to the stove and check on our ground beef. We're gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper to our ground beef as it's finishing up. Okay, now that this is done, we're gonna remove the ground beef for now. So that's just gonna hang out over here. And now let's add some things to this pot. 6 tablespoons of butter. To our butter, we're gonna add our onion and our celery. If you had carrots, you would add them at this point too. We're gonna add a large pinch of salt. And we are gonna let these cook for about 10 minutes. We really want them super soft. And there was still just a tiny bit of grease in there too from the hamburger or the ground beef. So it's gonna have a lot of flavor. Now we need to add in some garlic. I think it calls for 5 cloves. So I'm getting towards the bottom of this, so it's gonna take me just a second, but we're gonna add that in and cook that for another minute or so. And we're also gonna add in a little more oregano too. So about another teaspoon of oregano is going in. It does call for some more time, but I had forgotten to grab more time. So we're just gonna go with it. We're gonna let this cook for another minute and fog you guys up, and I'll be right back. I forgot I had some dried thyme on hand, so I threw in some dried thyme. Now it calls for, ma'am, it calls for 4 tablespoons of butter or flour, but I don't have the carrots, so I don't know that I will need all 4 tablespoons. So I'm gonna do a couple of tablespoons and just see how this goes. We're gonna coat these really good in the flour and cook it for about a minute. We'll add a 3rd tablespoon, how about it? All right, let's let that cook for a minute. At this point, if you need to, you can deglaze your pan. I'm using these caraway pots, so you really don't get a lot of crust or anything on the bottom. But you would deglaze your pan with just a little bit of chicken broth. I don't really need to do that, so we're just gonna add in all the chicken broth. This does call for a lot of chicken broth because we are gonna be cooking macaroni in here. Why is it coming out so slowly? Oh, because it didn't pierce the thing very well. Hold please, success. Okay, we're gonna be adding in about 8 ounces of macaroni, so you need a lot of liquid, obviously. So we're adding in 8 cups of chicken broth, so 2 full containers. Okay, so at this point, we need this to come up to a boil. I think though it said to go ahead and add in the macaroni. Let me check that, but I'm gonna turn this up just a tad. Get a little bit higher of a heat. Yeah, normally you would wait until it comes to a simmer, but it says to add another pinch of salt. So I'm gonna do a small pinch of salt and a little bit of pepper. Okay, I added our pepper. And then you need 8 ounces of uncooked macaroni noodles. So let's add that in. And it says to bring this up to a simmer. So I totally forgot to show y'all, but once it came up to a simmer like this, I turned it down to about medium heat and we let it cook for about 5 to 7 minutes. It's been about 8 minutes now. I'm gonna check and make sure our noodles are al dente. They should be. So let me do that. They are, so let's remove this from the heat for now. And we are gonna stir in 1 cup of heavy cream as well as our 8 ounces of shredded cheese. I'm gonna add that in by hand and throw it all over the top of the stove. I am really just throwing, all I'm doing is just throwing cheese out everywhere. That's what's happening. Now the recipe calls for 1 teaspoon of white balsamic vinegar. I don't have that. I just have regular balsamic vinegar, so you just gotta do what you gotta do. But apparently this really just helps the flavor so much, just a teaspoon. So let's add that in, stir that around, and we're gonna add our ground beef back in, and we're gonna put it back over on the eye over here on medium. You know what? If I do this one-handed, it's gonna be a disaster. I'll be back. Okay, I added the ground beef back in, and I've slid it back over here onto the eye, and we're just gonna let this heat through on medium for just a couple of minutes. It looks like all of our cheese has melted, which is great. Oh my stars, this is gonna be so good. I wish I could smell this. There's a little bit of cheese that still hasn't melted, so we'll let this hang out. I'll be back. So, this is a different cheeseburger soup.
It is. It looks really good too.
It smells really good.
It's got some creaminess to it, looks like.
It does.
Oh yeah. That's really good. It's similar, but man, there's some flavor in this soup that it's almost got some herbs in here or something.
It does. It has oregano and thyme in there. But apparently, you know what the secret ingredient is at the very end?
What's that?
A teaspoon of balsamic vinegar.
Really?
Yeah.
It definitely has a very unique flavor to it. It's really good. It's got a lot of herb flavor, but I can see how that balsamic vinaigrette had a little something interesting in there.
Yeah.
It's got an interesting flavor to it. Delicious. I mean, really, really good. Yeah, we haven't had anything quite like this that would be called like a cheeseburger soup or whatever, you know.
Okay. These are garlic butter croutons that I added. And then we've got some sliced green onion on top. So Steven says it gets better and better every time you take a bite, and he is not wrong.
It's really good.
Ma'am, that is enough. No, you've got to get down. I'm trying to film, honey. Oh my word, it's so delicious, so creamy and cheesy. He's right, you can taste the herbs, but it's not overpowering, but you can taste them. And it's just so much flavor. So this is a winner. So the top 4 dishes from this year are, what's our number 4 dish?
Number 4 is gonna have to be the Greek chicken meatballs with lemon orzo.
So good.
Really good. Those meatballs were incredible. And I was really surprised because they were the chicken meatballs.
Right, they were not dry.
Yeah, they were
and
not
they had
dry.
so much flavor.
They had a lot of flavor because of all of the ingredients that she had packed in there.
Yeah. And I highly recommend making it with the lemon orzo. Like, that was over the top.
Yes.
So good.
Really, really good.
Now, for our number 3.
All right, coming in at number 3.
For 2023.
For 2023 is going to be the creamy garlic pork chops.
Those are so good. I just made those last week.
Yes, very delicious.
I just made them last week. They are so easy and, oh gosh.
Delicious.
That sauce.
That creamy sauce is incredible. Make sure you make them with mashed potatoes or rice or something that really soak up. And I think you, no, maybe not. Never mind. Back on up. Back on up.
Beep, beep, beep.
That's right. Coming in at number 2 for 2023 would be the crock pot Mexican street corn chowder.
Y'all.
Amazing.
Y'all.
Amazing flavors.
That one is so good.
Really good flavors.
Oh my word, it's packed with flavor. And it's, and then the toppings too, when you put the toppings, the fresh jalapenos and the sour cream and the lime on top.
Yes. Gotta have the toppings. You gotta have.
Y'all, that is such a good one. So make sure you make that one if you haven't already. And then, no shocker here, what is our number 1? Steven?
Number 1 is the one pot macaroni cheeseburger soup.
Y'all.
I mean, come on.
He can't stop talking about it. I've got to make it again very soon.
It is so good. It is one of the most flavorful soups you're ever gonna get. It's really hearty because of the macaroni. It's incredibly creamy and cheesy, but then the flavors, those herbs mixed in there with there, oh man, it's so good.
Yeah. Are we seeing a theme here? We really love soups.
I know. Soups is really, you know.
Soups is our thing.
Just got all those great flavors in there.
Yeah.
It's hard to not like soup, you know.
That is it from us in 2023. We want to thank you so much for being here. Whether you've been here since 2018 when I started my channel, or if you're new this year, if you're new this week, we want to thank you for being here. I wouldn't have this channel if you weren't here watching and interacting, and we love interacting with y'all in the comments. And
we love meeting new people and we get to meet so many new people and hear from them in the comments from all over the world.
I know, it's so cool.
I mean, it's just really neat to be able to do that, and we're honored to be able to meet so many of you and hear from you, hear your opinions, and just hear some things about your life and
yeah, about your family. Certain things that we may trigger a memory for you, and you share them with us in the comments. Things like that,
Yeah.
we love it. So thank you so much for being here in 2023. We hope you'll stick around through 2024 with us, because we ain't going nowhere.
that's right.
We're staying right
As
here.
far as we know.
We're planning on staying right here. At least for the next week, we're going to be in this house.
Lord willing, we plan on continuing.
I guess that's it.
Okay.
That's all, folks.
All right. Well, Happy New Year, and God bless you, and we'll see you on the other side.
That's right.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. All of the best bloopers of 2023.
Food has no chance around me.
All right.
Get it while you can.
Look at that, dropping it on the floor. That's how we roll.
Casualty.
One got away. 10-second rule, you better pick it up.
No.
You know, I mean,
It,
you ain't gonna tell them about the pink Cadillac? We was riding in the Pepto-Bill.
You're strong.
Wait, you're already eating it.
I'm hungry.
It's just the most beautiful sound. Okay, y'all. So the door's opening. And cold.
Now I'll start over.
Oh my gosh. We're gonna start over again. I'm irritated. Okay, we ready? We're ready. You know what? That's not gonna cut it. We're gonna take the lid completely off.
What is this?
What is what?
That white stuff right there. What's that?
Oh, that's Parmesan cheese.
Ah, okay.
I grated some Parmesan cheese in there too.
Nice.
I need
You
something
might
else.
need a little extra something other.
Something other?
That's the technical phrase for get a better tool.
Yeah, got it.
But well, let me start this over. I can't
so
read.
excited.
I can't even read.
Look, you put that sauce on your cereal, on your oatmeal, on salad, put a little bit on your corn on the cob. Just whatever.
The camera.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that sauce is really good.
He kept saying, I want to drink this sauce.
Just drink it. I mean, turn it up.
Is it good on the green beans? I cannot handle you. Aww. Mo feta makes everything
Better.
mo better.
Mo better. Mo better.
You like that?
You just don't know how bad I want to sneak a piece.
No.
I'm gonna let it. I'm gonna let it go in there. Give me that.
I'm making a lot of noise when I move because of this vest. Feta. I'm not eating it. Let me fog this up. You're welcome.
Oh, she about to take my hand off.
Cool. And this is going in a 300, we'll do that again.
I love it.
It has cream cheese in it. Is that a go backer? Why am I shorter than you? That is not cool. Would it be a video if I did not forget something? Nope. Okay. And fog up the camera. Did you see that? Yep. And now, ow. I always forget how hot they are. Hang on.
Very herby. Earthy. Some of them adjectives.
A double quarter pounder. So it's a half pounder. Why don't they call it a half pounder? Hey y'all, I'm Mandy. This is Mandy in the making.
Now we got some katamala alaba.
It's not katamala.
What is it? Kalamata?
There you go. I can't function with him.
Hand me that.
Oh,
We just have to make it.
Oh,
It'll
my.
be all right. We won't tell nobody I just did that. Nobody else.
Just 200,000 people.
Yeah, you know.
No biggie.
Look at that.
Make sure my seal is good. Okay. What is happening? Excuse me, sir. Good gosh.
I think good.
Too good.
Tink. Where is, oh, it's in the pot, Mandy. I was looking for my spoon. It's right here. Oh, I'm fogging y'all up. Sorry about that.
That was a fail. That's when your brain don't work right.
My brain hadn't worked right
That
all
right
night.
brain kink.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, just knock it a little bit.
Tell them about what you used to say. People had a brain kink when they would see me in my pink Cadillac.
Yeah, oh man.
It was so funny because people
You
would
stop
do
at a red
double
light, people go. The brain just like kink up. You know what I mean?
They would do a double take.
Kind of get locked up, you know what I mean?
This is how we do it. This is how we do it. Oh, look, I put the lid right in the cream of mushroom soup. Good job. Stop eating the sausage, dude.
Listen, we gotta make sure this is good.
Is it good?
More feta is better.
More feta is more better. Uh-oh, we gotta cheers it. Tink. When it's time to eat, you know what you need to wear.
Clothes.
Do you remember the t-shirt?
Yeah, commentator shirt.
No.
No. Oh, I love cream cheese.
No. Spread cream cheese.
Yes. Okay.
Not hate.
Hate. I got it.
Kielbasa.
Like Mufasa. Kielbasa.
Stop.
I'm waiting. Time is a ticking.
Go away. It has been a mess.
A little aggressive on that.
You got a little excited. We got water everywhere,
It's
y'all.
smelling good.
One way to get on her nerves is to not do what she's telling me to do. So I'm just gonna stand here and just hold her like this.
It's on my nerves.
Sometimes you just have to up the aggravation just a notch.
Bye.
Bye.
Look at this little itty bitty one. Meep. We both did that at the same time. Tink. Could make them sick.
Bless you.
Thanks. I was trying to rush through that too because I felt it coming, you know? There's something on the screen right there.
What is that?
You see it? It's like a, oh, there we go. Did I get it off? Okay. There was a speck right there.
There is still a speck in there. Oh man.
Oh, we made a mess. We gotta fix
Might
it.
have to get that off. Yep, there's my ugly mug. We got it.
This may be one of my favorite pasta dishes ever. Do you hear this? Lovely. Anyway.
We got one piece of power left. Here we
I
go.
know, I done told you.
Let's do it.
Okay. Thank y'all.
Action. Ding.
Hold it up.
Tater.
You goofy.
A bigger piece than my piece.
Shut up.
Well, maybe not.
Mind your business. Oh wait, I gotta take a picture of it. Hold it.
Better hurry.
Stop.
Quickly.
Stop.
It's gonna happen.
Okay. What are you doing?
Oh, little crunch on the bottom there. I can
Wait.
tell. Tinky.
Tink. You spit on me when you do. It's on my arm.
Sorry. When I did that, like everything moved. My whole body. My whole face moved. My whole body moved. Everything just kind of jangle.
Tell him what you did this morning.
I went to the gym.
He went for the first time today. He said, I'm done. He went to the gym and that was it. That was all she wrote. Happy birthday to him. Happy birthday, dear commentator. Very appetizing.
Oh, I'm so fat from eating pork. Oh, gosh. Trying to hurt somebody.
Let's put... Why does this thing hate me? Y'all thought I had it all together, didn't you? But if you've been here a while, you know. I forgot an ingredient.
Oh.
Nope.
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 Don't take a bite. I know what you want.
I see something over there.
Sorry for the very loud plane and the very loud cat. Hi. That makes sense. What was that? Like a bear. Oh, right. My. It's so pretty flapping in the wind.
She's been getting on to me about talking with a mouth full.
It's rude.
I got to talk. She's like, you need to finish chewing.
Well, it's just gross. He's like,
You better finish chewing. You got to finish chewing. This is not mukbang. It's not mukbang.
we're gonna add, that's gonna help. First of all, it's got the lid on. Second of all, this is a grinder, not a shaker. Blech. Oh God, no, it's the egg though. The egg is what got me, but. Why is there onion in my hair? Was I that wild when I was chopping that thing? That was Steven's nose, in case you missed it.
Heard my name. Heard my name. Somebody's favorite.
What are you doing? Which one's your favorite?
That's hard.
Which is this entire, sorry.
As soon as you said cheese, she went meow.
Look at that one.
That's one of them cat head maters.
It is a cat head. I'm struggling with it. Can you just, thank you. Oh, of course it fogged y'all up. I'm sorry.
It's like, look, I don't care how much snot you got up in there. I'm gonna make you love me.
Good table talk.
I love this. This is really good.
Listen to you. You sound so nasally.
I am nasally.
Bless your little heart. Would it be Mandy in the making if we didn't forget stuff? There is a gnat and it is driving me nuts and it keeps. I was gonna grab more Parmesan. What you doing, boy?
Gnocchi.
I know I can't say it. Gnocchi?
Gnocchi.
Do not say it like that. Gnocchi.
You get a little mad at it. Gnocchi.
He said, what's that song? It doesn't sizzle, sizzle, it boils. And I said, you mean it doesn't jiggle, jiggle, it bowls? He was like, oh yeah. Sizzle, sizzle, it bowls.
You're not fully clean unless you're zestfully clean.
Oh my.
As long as I get a snort out of my wife,
Wait,
it's all good.
I don't know.
You got this, baby.
Okay, there we go, there we go. All right, we ready?
Yes.
Brown basmati Ross, not Ross from Friends. It's not what we're having for dinner. Very hot. Stem. 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 Ooh, big stem.
I've been gnawing on this.
Shh, Steven. Tell people I took a bite out of that. I neither confirm nor deny that.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
When? Yeah, it was. Dude, have I been doing this whole thing?
You just had a little tiny little speck right there.
Now I'm Do I have anything in my teeth?
No.
Okay. Tink.
Wow.
It jiggle jiggle.
It does. Thank
But-
you. I appreciate that.
No,
Oh.
come back over here. When you have no words, that's a big deal.
How can you possibly get this? I mean, there is just so much to talk about.
Sure did just do that.
What is that? It's a little scary.
It's a Jell-O salad, sweetie.
It's a Jell-O salad. Mm-hmm. I know you can make a salad out of Jell-O. How healthy is that?
Super healthy. Might help if I plug this thing in too. I mean, it's just an idea.
Hey y'all, I'm Cole in the making.
Oh man.
You're cracking me up.
Wow.
For our first meal this week, I went on a search for a recipe using, so southern, using.
You got to get the try not to like it face on.
I would get mad about it. I cannot with you. Oh my gosh.
That's good.
So what
That
happened
is
to
good.
trying not to like it?
I tried. Put some cheese on it, maybe a little hot sauce.
Somebody said cheese. Somebody said cheese. had an itch. He's over here like, and then he was like, got it. You trying to be Waffle House over here.
That's right. Got a little Waffle House action.
I wish y'all could see what was happening off camera. I
was pulling my britches up. Sometimes your britches, I don't have my belt on right now. And I have to pull them up.
But wait, my name is Mandy and I forget ingredients. You ready for this? We need to also add seasonings in here. There's a gnat and it's driving me nuts. I can't get it.
Gnat. Yeah,
I've been trying to get it. Yeah.
He's just hanging out. It's all good. He'll be in my mouth here in a minute. You know, that's how gnats do.
I am just cupping.
This is the way forward.
As Titus would say.
Hey y'all, I'm mandyinthemaking, just by the way. I don't know if you knew that.
Stupid. Why is garlic so sticky? Will you share?
Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the making. You little stubble.
Bye.
Bye. And we're just gonna toss them around to coat them, or throw the chicken around on the counter, you know, either or. Are you gonna come out? Let's have a chat. Okay, you gonna cooperate? Yes, you are.
Wow. That is amazing. Whoa.
That's not blood. That's marinara sauce all over everything. What is this?
You can put a little something on there.
Oh, like drizzled chocolate on top?
Yeah, or I was thinking maybe something like a strawberry juice or something.
We'll pretend he's here to tink with me. Just take your time. It's all good. I'll just stand here and just look at the camera.
Woo.
Well, you got
Auga.
Well, you got the jalapeno. That lit you up, didn't it?
If I wasn't awake, I am now. That's really, really tasty.
You got 5 on Tuesday. I'm trying to get this to sprinkle out. Oh, there it comes.
Oh. Just give this one just one little hat right there.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
Don't burn yourself. Don't burn yourself, Steven.
I just barely touched it.
Gosh. Did you burn yourself like really bad?
No. I just barely touched it. It just kind of.
Oh, it's trying to fog you up. We've got about. Can you not? I mean, you didn't know you were going to get a workout when you were making this one, did you? I didn't, but here we are. I'm going to have one buff arm. The other one, not so much.
5 minutes later. It's very herby. Dinky, dinky. Did y'all find that entertaining, me getting water? There's a certain way there's a, and then there's a, all right, okay.
You didn't know you came here for that, but you did. You didn't blow it off. I'm just going to throw this out. I feel like it's lopsided. Oh, it was. We ready?
Like this. Lopsided.
Hey, y'all. Did you say Crackle Barrel?
Crackle.
That just happened.
Yes, yes. That looks good.
Crazy over here just digs in. I don't even have the camera on. Are you done commentating?
I guess. What you doing? Let me just hug on you a minute. Okay. Tinky winky.
Okay. All right.
What you doing?
Cracking. What you doing?
And dadgum, I just knocked y'all out. Why? Mandy, why? Oh, that's hot. Welcome to Baking with Mandy. It never goes like it's supposed to. Never. Will you go get the marinara sauce?
I will, for $5.
I ain't got $5.
27 cents.
Oh.
Oh,
I used this, he used his fingers.
correctamundo.
I love finding new recipes. I'm good. I just randomly cough. Dude, are you good?
Yeah,
Did you spill water?
just a little bit.
A lot? Oh,
Alright.
okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, don't cough. Stop it.
Take 40. I ain't had one. Y'all just keep taking them all.
You gotta do this number, you gotta go. What we got? Oh, okay.
Did you skip in here?
Oh, skipping. Okay. Yeah.
You about to have,
Win.
I was about to say, you about to have my flesh in there with it, so. But we are gonna let this cook here on in the skillet. Let go. Can you, sir? It richens it. Oh, I got it that time. No, sir, no. No! Quality control. Didn't need no knife, did you?
You don't need teeth. Bears and Critters said, in our house, there's no shame with bodily functions. There's more room out than in. Let her rip.
Little
You know. Better hurry up and get it. It ain't gonna last much longer.
Ooh, it's popping over here. It'd be popping. Woo! My quality control. Oh yeah, that's really good. Do that again. You look kind of like a flight attendant.
Please put your trays in the upright position.
Oh, it's very excited about that.
Oh, my mouth is burned off.
Excuse me.
Cinnamon. Better hurry up.
I know. Steven's throwing food, so it's time to go.
I've got this really. Stop laughing. You can't. I can laugh, but you can't.
What's your cricket?
I ain't crooking nothing. Bye.
Bye.